From the geological structures of Elephant Rock, the magnificent artwork you'd see of Desert X exhibition, Alula in Saudi has everything for you. We go to the Old Town, the Souks, and the famous mirrored wall. We start our journey at Winter Park, which is just north of Alula city, and you buy a free ticket online and then you hop on the bus, as you can see in the orange, that will take you to the Desert X site. It's a beautiful site along the way. Make sure you sit near the windows. But yeah, have a look at this amazing geological structures you see. It looks like the Grand Canyon of Arabia. There's a car park here as well that can pick up people that choose to take their car. And once you hop out, here's all the exhibits to see. Desert X started in Coachella in Southern California. This is the second year that Alula in Saudi has had Desert X. The first time was in 2019. First exhibit we visited was from Alicia Quaid, who's a Polish artist. Her structure reflects the framed artifacts she encountered on the desert floor, which she arranged and supplemented to create a constantly changing landscape. Next we see an exhibit that looks like chocolate hills that you'd see in Bohol in Philippines. This is by Jem Dinovan, which is an American artist who creates temporary land art. It's interlocking patterns that are in shifts in magnitude and scale that often shape our experience of the desert. Serge Ecotrail, if I said his name correctly, he's currently based out of Accra in Ghana. He made a waterfall out of plastic containers. My favourite exhibit was Dark Sun, Bright Waves by Claudia Comte. She's from Switzerland, but from the distance you can see all the black lines are close together and creates an optical illusion. But when you get closer to the structure, you can actually see they're much further apart. Shadia Alam is a Paris-based artist. This sculpture adapted the art of origami, applying the basic principles of geometry and beauty to create shapes that made reference to the Arabian desert literature used in storing and transporting water. Stephanie Dermer is an artist based out of Los Angeles in California. So basically what this is a underground greenhouse with solar panels on the roof where the sun's energy is captured, stored and transformed through photosynthesis into growth and transformation of what you can see inside. Sultan bin Fahad is based out of Los Angeles, and this is a mud structure that's shaped like a desert kite with mirrors on the facade that create a look of a mirage. Measuring the physicality of void is a lengthy steel-made inflated structure that are wedged in the voids of the rocks. As we got off the buggy, we looked around, we saw all of these orchid of olive trees. And this is by Kayla Rubber, who is a Palestinian artist who is based in Palestine. Right next to the orchards you have what's called Silent Witnesses of the Past. And if you look closely you can see that it's old railway tracks from the Hijaz Railway that ran from Damascus to Medina. And if you look closely, you can see on the tracks themselves that they were manufactured in 1906. Next structure is by Shehzad Dawood, who's a UK artist based in London. It's imitating coral of the Red Sea through a pair of coral-like forms whose temperature-sensitive surfaces are reflected on the effects of climate change. Had a wonderful time looking around Desert X, but now it's time to get the bus back and we'll make our way back to Winter Park in Alula. Then we'll look around the old town, get some lunch, and also look around the beautiful souks. And again, the views on the bus ride back are just absolutely stunning. We got to Alula from Dubai using Flynas, which is Saudi Arabia's second biggest airline. Also, just recently, Flydubai, which is the budget airline version of Emirates. They now fly direct from Dubai to Alula. No cars are allowed to park in Alula Old Town. However, there is big car parks to the north and south of the Old Town. Then you just jump on one of these shuttle buses and it'll take you right into where you want to go. In the middle of the Old Town, we made our way to Circle Restaurant. Yes, I know it's not local Arabic food, but it's really nice Italian food. We had a really nice lunch there, and you get a great view of the Alula countryside as well. We then went next to the Old Town, and we also had a look around where the Ecotrail will take place for tomorrow. We went to go and register, but unfortunately we were a bit early. It was also very hot, so we decided to go and check out the local tea houses next door. After coffee and cake, we then went next door to the Alula Old Town, which has been uninhabited for about 40 years. But since 2017 it was closed down for some restoration work. But now it is reopened to the public to enjoy. Right next to the Old Town, you have the Old Town Souk. Souk means market in Arabic, and here you can find all sorts of souvenirs and wonderful Arabian items to buy. What I also found amusing was this is a Virgin megastore, very memorable what it looks like from outside. Then after that we got the golf buggy, which will take us on the shuttle bus back to the car park, as we're now about to make our way to Elephant Rock, and then to the famous mirror building for the sunset. Unless you're on a tour group, I'd strongly suggest getting a hire car to make your way around Alula. We got our hire car through the company called Yellow, Y-E-L-O. Otherwise, to rely on Ubers or taxis, things like that, we found them extremely unreliable, so car hire is your next best bet. Probably the most famous geological thing to see is Elephant Rock, which is 3 stories high, but probably the best time to see it will probably be towards sunset, as you start to see it turn into a reddy colour as the sun sets. Best way to enjoy it is by having a cup of tea with some friends, just watching the sunset with the colours changing on the Elephant Rock. Now we're on our way to one of the most famous buildings in Saudi Arabia. Maraya Concert Hall is a 25-minute drive from Alula Old Town. Maraya means mirror or reflection in Arabic, and it's the biggest mirrored building in the world according to the Guinness Book of Records, with almost 10,000 glass panes on it. Sarah is having a complicated relationship with herself with the mirror. The hall hosts so many different international events and has had so many world famous artists, including Enrique Iglesias and Lionel Richie, just to name a few. Now we'll make our way back towards the Old Town Souk, and we'll find some really yummy Arabic food for dinner. There's a wide variety of restaurants to choose from, but we wanted an al fresco Arabic restaurant, as well we are in Arabia, and also we had to be careful where we could eat because our good friend Jill was doing the 50-kilometre Alula Ecotrail the next day. If you visit during the winter months, make sure to pack warm clothes because Alula's inland, and after sunset it gets extremely cold and can get close to 0 degrees. We ordered fattoush, which is crunchy bites of pita bread tossed with onions, cucumber and tomato. This is hummus, a mixed salad, some falafels, and also we got a shish tawik chicken and kofta meat, which is also known as a mixed grill. Thanks for watching our 24 hours in Alula.